nerdrotic.com, please.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
I learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should. Plus, I have a really large penis. That keeps me happy.
Now, what I've got here is a scrotum and nothing else.
Vagina.
My mind is a raging torrent, flooded with rivulets of thought, cascading into a waterfall of creative alternatives.
God darn it, Mr. Lamar. You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Start off with a cough. Anything more annoying than starting off a video with a cough? I don't think so. Welcome to the Nerdrotic Nooner, you fine, sexy people out there. It's a glorious day. It's a glorious day because, well, let's just come out and say it. They did it! An act of pure desperation. Marvel does a 5-hour chair stream. Respect. Come on, respect. It had 100,000 people. It's not like we haven't done chair streams, okay? Just saying. But what a horrible rollout. And we streamed damn near the whole thing. And we tried to make it entertaining. And bless your hearts, we had 9,000 people for most of the show. Over 9,000 people watching, so thank you. This one goes to you. The chairs were AI. They actually shot that. I know for a fact they actually shot that. And because you tuned in today, stop. Shh, quiet. Stop. That's my phone being plugged in. I am going to tell you. I'm going to tell you a secret. Because there were some names that were supposed to be there that weren't. Now, they're probably going to be, the thing is, they're probably going to be announced later. Chair Devil. There was no Chair Devil. Okay, Professor X. That's appropriate. They should have done a wheelchair. Why they did a small chair for Paul Rudd? How come they didn't do a wheelchair for Patrick Stewart? Okay, so somebody said Toby. I will tell you about Toby and Garfield too. I will tell you. Now let's keep in mind, and that's going to be a little later in the show, because we do have to talk about one thing first. But we do have to keep in mind that there is another movie after this called Secret Wars, where some of these missing characters will definitely be. Snowflake and Safe Space Perry, I'm holding out for Secret Wars, buddy. I'm holding out. But yes, the MCU is over. Marvel dumps women. God, and they're freak. Well, they're 5s and 10s of people, including Grace Randolph, is a little upset for the lack of vaginas. I gotta say though, there's one like woman in the cast that I am completely for, like totally down. I haven't seen her play the character yet. Nobody has, but Vanessa Kirby, I think, is really good casting for the Invisible Woman. I like Vanessa Kirby. She's one of those women that's unusually hot, kind of like that. It's a thing. It's a thing. So yes, we're gonna if you're back there, X-Ray Girl, I sent a message to Lady Gravemaster in Discord. I don't know if she's busy with her 7,000 children, but you know, tell her to think about my needs. Stop being so selfish. Jesus Christ. Kidding. But there's a message in the Discord. I need to find some of those tweets. I only I saw a couple on Twitter, and Geeks and Gamers Daily was going over a couple of them too. We're definitely going to hit Grace's. That'll be the easiest one to find. But yeah, there's that. But first, there's you, core member 123. Oh, Rebecca Romaine too. Yeah, that's solid. Rebecca Romaine is absolutely solid. Solid. That's a woman right there. That's my Mystique. Although I prefer the Mystique from the comics. Good costume. It's a good look. It's a good look. Yeah, so let's see who's here. CD Stein 69, welcome. Domino Zenny. Perry. Motherfucking Chan. Everybody in the chat, give a round of applause to Perry, if you so choose, for his masterful editing job on the Snow White video. Cowboy Yet, Van Dutch 87, core member who's a son of a bitch. Yeah, you're a son of a bitch. I see what you do. Have me singing Bon Jovi, you bastard. Revenge is a dish best served cold, my friend. Right. Nothing personal. It's just business. BRN Wayne 103. Rusty Shackelford, One Punch Man, Tolkien fan. Leo Kaiser. Bing Rip. Why did I say Bing Rip? Bong Rip Eddie. It's like you're ripping the Bing, the search engine. Shit. Strokes are starting early. What's up, Eric K and his wrench? Bing chilling. Elliot Page's cap, maybe. No Chris Evans. We're going to talk about that too. Hey, I can't wait to meet you in Turkey. Gobble gobble. That's gonna be fun. Razorburn, Izad, Night Saber, Psychotic Mongoose, great tweet posting. X-Ray, I love when X-Ray goes like, "How did you find out about this?" I'm like, "You fucking streamed it." And then Psychotic Mongoose clipped it. We'll even show it later. Shocking news, ladies and gentlemen. A woman couldn't open a jar of pickles. We'll find it later. We'll find it later. Lady Aaron D, my lady, how are you? All right, let's get some business done. We've got 2 ad reads this week, all this week. 2 ad reads. What are we going to do first? Let's do Rumble, because we're on Rumble. Hello, Rumble. Hello, Rumble. I wonder how their it seems like their network thing is working out pretty good with all the news people. All the news people. And yeah, somehow I stream with a couple of people who used to be connected to them. Yeah, free speech is under attack, but Rumble refuses to back down. We've always believed in empowering voices, no matter how unpopular. And now we're taking the fight to the next level when major advertisers conspire to pull their dollars. Even brands like Dunkin' effing Donuts turn their backs, claiming Rumble had a right-wing culture. But we're not here to fit the mold. We're here to defend free expression. To strengthen this mission, we're excited to offer Rumble Premium, a completely ad-free experience with exclusive benefits for viewers and creators. You'll find exclusive content from creators like Russell Brand, Dr. Disrespect, Timcast, and the Mug Club with Crowder. It's more than a subscription. It's a stand for free speech. Your voice matters. Join Rumble Premium for a very limited time. You can get $20 off your plan using promo code Rumble Live. That's Rumble Live. Visit rumble.com/premium and claim your special discount today. Together, we can turn the tide, whether you join Rumble Premium or simply keep watching. Your support helps free speech stay alive. You're applauding so much today. And 1775 coffee. Let me take a sip. It's so good when it hits your lips. What if your morning coffee didn't just wake you up? What if it actually made you younger? What? Sounds like bullshit, right? Well, it's not. 1775 went ahead and made Rejuvenate. And no, it's not some scam cooked up by corporate hacks trying to sell you snake oil. It's got CAAKG. I almost mispronounced that. Clinically, I almost said cynically proven. Clinically proven to fight aging at the cellular level. Man, it might be too late for me, but let's go. And yeah, it works. Well, again, lots of damage done to this body that is not 1775 or anybody else's fault. It's mine and brain. You're still the same freedom-fueled 1775 coffee you love. It is still single origin, small batch, and ethically sourced from the kinds of farms that probably hate big government as much as you do. But now it boosts energy, fires up metabolism, and cranks back your biological clock by up to 8 years in just 7 months. Yes, that's backed by studies. I'm not pulling this one out of nowhere. Well, I'm just reading. 1775 Rejuvenate officially launches April 15th. April 15th. So, yeah, you're going to need it after April 15th, which is traditionally the final day here in the United States. You have to pay your pound of flesh for the taxation that is theft. But you can lock in your pre-order now, and every dollar you spend enters you to win a Cybertruck and $30,000 cash. Head over to 1775coffee.com. Use promo code Nerdrotic for 15% off. 15% off. And drink your age away with coffee that delivers real results. No corporate coffee here. Hail. Okay. Let's see. Not here yet. I'm going down. I'm looking for the tweets. X-Ray Girl, if you're still back there, if you could find those tweets, appreciate it. They're in the research tab. Oh, there they are. Oh my. Oh my. There's actually a lot of them. Holy shit. I mean, that's pretty good, Lady Grandmaster. You just whooped that out. Oh, okay. So we had the chair stream yesterday, and before we get to women complaining about the lack of women, although we all know how well they get along when they all get in a room together because they're just sisters. Come on, sisters. Pfft. Please. Sister, please. Sister, please. But yeah, so I don't know what they were thinking. Well, I do. They wanted to do a live stream that lasted all day to generate buzz online, which conceptually, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. The thing is, you actually have to make it, I don't know, entertaining, engaging. Unfortunately, and I mentioned this on the stream, Marvel doesn't have two fucking people who could hold their own during a 4-hour live stream and be engaging and funny. No, it'll be Sana Amanat and a bunch of squealy assistant female editors talking about their pop vinyls and making Marvel a lifestyle brand and the cutesy bootsy stuff. And, you know, comics are so far in their rearview mirror. You notice it's not called Marvel Comics anymore. It's Marvel Entertainment. And the studio side is called Marvel Studios. We do not hear the term Marvel Comics. They might still say it in the comics, but the 5s and 10s of people who actually read them, which is a shrinking number every day. Now, this was happening when I had a shop. I've talked about this before. Comic books are IP holders and baseball cards now. That's all they are. They get slabbed. They don't get fucking read. And that is the death of your industry because comic books for decades, for damn near 100 years, were story-driven, character-driven, pieces of art. It was a serialized story that you got to enjoy every week, that you got to be with these characters every week, every month, whoever you liked. Kind of like procedural television, you know, back in the good old days of procedural television. Now they evolved into making them for trades and but what they forgot, and I was talking to a prominent actual comic creator, somebody who creates comic books, you know, who writes them, hires artists to draw them, and then they come out. So this person said to me, you know, it's interesting. This is what's happening in the movies is mirroring what's happening in the comics. And I'm all, I know, but it's beyond just bypassing decades of great storytelling to get into shit that's been canceled and sold. Decades of great storytelling that sold in some cases in the millions back in the day, in the millions. Now fast forwarding to canceled stories that sold in the single digit thousands in some cases. And it's the same thing. They think the brand was stronger than the people creating it. So early MCU, there's some pretty big names involved. Joss Whedon, Kenneth Branagh, Jon Favreau. Pretty big names. Edgar Wright was involved in the process of until he bailed on, but a lot of the first Ant-Man is his conceptually. A lot of very good creative people, and then they just decided, nope, the brand can carry it. We don't need to pay these talented people. We can just tell people what to do because these people will eat up everything. And the problem was we still had James Gunn around, and the map Joss Whedon helped with. There was a lot of good creatives, and Kevin Feige was able to extend that a bit. But now the bottom fell out. And here we are. They also created the MCU. Kevin Feige created the MCU. I did not. I just gave it a name. Kevin Feige created the MCU when he came out, and he said, we want half. There has to be half. As a matter of fact, we want more female superheroes than male heroes. And okay, you know, are you going to adapt the female superheroes like correctly? I don't know. Are you going to show respect? No, we're going to fucking race swap fucking Valkyrie. One of my favorite female superheroes. You race swap Valkyrie into a smirking cunt. No other better way to say it. And that's what you made every female superhero. You made them a dude. So you made them female, ripped out their femininity, thanks to that intersectionalism, and made an unlikable character. Unlikable character. So here we are, and we have this announcement, and we fast forward, and we know shit. I've got a supercut out there called The Rise and Fall of the MCU. You can go check out, and that's pretty much a collection of most of my videos covering it, covering the actual, not just the speculation, the finished product. So the data is in, and it is absolutely objectively true that this was a failure. And there is no bigger failure than the Marvels. Snow White might give it a run for its money, though, but it made it undeniable. Marvel had been lying to themselves for years, and they couldn't lie to themselves anymore. And guess what? You guys, once again, were right. So they're trying to fix things now, but they're trying to do it piecemeal and half-ass, and it's not going to work. And that was for somebody that went out there and said, there's a big announcement tomorrow, and it's going to be bigger than RDJ. So when I first heard that, and I first heard it from Chris Gore, I'm like, what could be bigger than RDJ? The only thing I can think of, and I text him this, is Marvel got the Spider-Man rights back. Because as far as shock factor is RDJ coming back and playing Dr. Doom, you're not going to beat that. And guess what? This announcement did not beat that at all. Like, at all. There's some actors I really like in this announcement, but you also have most of the characters from Wakanda Forever. You also have the Thunderbolts. You have fucking Simu Liu. I mean, I don't know, chat. Gun to your head. What would you rather have? Carol Danvers or Simu Liu? Simu who? Simu fucking Liu. I would almost rather have Brie. Simu is fucking terrible as Shang-Chi. He's an utterly fucking terrible Shang-Chi. Brie's not much better, but at least Brie has shut up, and Brie has tried. I think she understands. She was horribly miscast, but she hasn't done anything wrong in years other than be in the Marvels. But even in the Marvels press, she was fine. She didn't say shit. She wasn't fucking Rachel Zegler. So I gotta say, I'd rather have Brie than fucking Simu. And it's a horrible decision. It's a horrible decision. I know Ryan, we all know Ryan would, but Ryan, young, dumb, and full of cum. That's how they are. Well, he's not dumb. Kidding, Ryan, I love you. You're not dumb. You are young. Yeah, Simu Liu fucking killed it for me. Okay, there was good news. There was no Captain Marvel. There was no She-Hulk. And there was a ton of other women that are missing that Twitter has noticed. But again, I want to tease that the announcements are not done. And this is just Doomsday. This is not Secret Wars. And there's one particular announcement that they're going to keep secret as long as they can, and you can all guess it. You can all guess it. Okay, so here's the first tweet. I'm going to get these all lined up. Hang on. Get these all lined up. Twitter has changed and hasn't changed. And oh my God, Lady Grandmaster. My tabs are going to look like fucking Ryan Kinnell's. All right, here we go. All right, let's start here. Personally, Well, let's hear the tweet, shall we? I got to get the right voice for this. I got to get the right voice for this.
27 people confirmed for Avengers Doomsday, and only 5 of them are women.
I'd say that's a bit too high. Percentage, I don't know if anybody wants to do the percentage of what's 5 of 25. 5%, so like 15 or something like that. That's too high. So the amount of women who actually buy comics and regularly is about, I'm going to be really nice, 3%. 3%. Now, I had an unusual, no, it's 3. It is fucking 3%. We're talking habitual buyers came in at least once a month. 3. Now, I had an unusually high percentage because I was in San Francisco, so there was a lot of lesbians buying comics. But also I tried. And we had like 15%, in the subscriber bin. That was like really fucking trying. And I was also next to a school, a horribly woke school. Dude, the shit I heard. The good thing was back then you could have a respectful, like I had a professor from San Francisco State who is as fucking commie as you get, but we could have a conversation. Like we could have a conversation and not scream at each other. That was a long time ago. But hey, okay. 5 out of 27. I'm saying that's, one too much. Don't you agree? Now, if Sydney Sweeney was all 5 characters, then, that's different. She'd be a great Black Cat. She'd be a fantastic, I know it's on the nose, but whatever. She is Black Cat. She is Black Cat. Okay. So we got, then we're going to stop. We got the next one. I could, but that's a problem. The left likes to say, here's another one. Here, oh God, it's fucking Zendaya. Jesus. I don't hate Zendaya. I just don't get why people. Well, I do. I get why Hollywood likes her. Oh, I totally get why Hollywood likes her. Because she looks like a 12-year-old. She looks like a fucking 12-year-old. She looks like she's prepubescent. But I got nothing against her personally. But I completely understand why the fashion industry and Hollywood likes her. And I think everybody else should too. All right, says, wait.
25 cast members for Avengers Doomsday announced yet, and only 5 of them are women!
Wow, it's just like the other tweet. I mean, like almost just like it. Weird. I have to do this one at a time, which probably puts some background music, but that annoyed people yesterday, so I'm not here to annoy people. Well, if people are going to get annoyed, it's going to be by me. Okay. Here we go. We got another one. Oh, this is while it was going. So this is
Nexus Point News. The cast of Avengers Doomsday includes only 4 women out of 20 announced actors and actresses.
And of these 4, I honestly only want to see one. Florence Pugh, terrible Black Widow replacement. Ghost, don't give a fuck about. And Shuri, give me. They exploited Chadwick Boseman's death and ended up replacing him with a female fucking character instead of recasting. I mentioned it at the time, and you know what? I say I don't care if I get clap back on stuff. I don't. But I was expecting a lot more for my Wakanda Forever video when I said the summation of this is they exploited Chadwick Boseman's death so they could replace him with a female character and feel good about it. And there was a lot of people going, yep, yep. Because that's what they fucking did. It's disgusting. Recast Black Panther. You had it was your last solo character. No, God, that was Captain Marvel, wasn't it? But that was because it was your last solo character that wasn't connected to some fucking big event that made $1 billion. Like, you did it. You did it. You took, however you feel about the movie, you took a I hate how they think. You took a black male character and propelled him into the stratosphere where you could have done trilogies, put him in had him fucking lead the Avengers. No comic book fan would have a single problem with Black Panther leading the Avengers. And you fucking replaced him with a skinny chick. I like Black Panther when he was pretty much like fucking Batman. And not like in the riches, but like he was just peak human, right? And then they did this Afro-futuristic, Afro-exceptionalism with Wakanda trying to make it Asgard, but on the planet Earth. And then somehow trying to work out that they're a closed-off society, but they're really accepting. But they're an ethno-state, isolationist ethno-state that doesn't allow any immigration and doesn't share any of their resources. Based. Okay. You got me. Based. He was a member of the Illuminati as well. You are correct. They fucking did it, and they replaced it with a chick. And if you fill the fucking Marvel universe with a bunch of super geniuses, and like, listen, Shuri was around way before Ironheart. She goes back to my days at the comic shop. She goes way back. But then you do Ironheart, and it's like they're the same fucking character. And then you put Ironheart in the fucking movie, and they're like, they are the same character, and not just because of their looks, and because of their traits. Jesus. But it's fucking white guilt. White fucking guilt. White guilt superhero. And we got one more. Oh, wait, we got more than one more. I think there's a trend I'm sensing here. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Tell me what fucking sucks. Fuck.
Hey, it's Justin. Oh my God, follow me on Twitter. Just five female actresses got announced for Avengers Doomsday, while 20 plus male actors, bigots, were announced. So many female characters are missing, like Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, America Chavez, Wanda, Monica Rambeau, Maria Rambeau, Jean Grey, She-Hulk, Wasp, Kate Bishop, plus more. Peg me.
Okay. Of this list, who will not be in Doomsday? I can't say they're not going to be in Secret Wars. I don't know. But you're right. Captain Marvel will not be in Doomsday. Miss Marvel will not be in Doomsday. America Chavez, Wanda, Monica Rambeau, Maria Rambeau. We don't know about Jean Grey yet. She-Hulk, definitely not. 100% not in Doomsday. Wasp is not in Doomsday. I'm guessing it could have been maybe her stance on one particular issue. And Kate Bishop Well, they're going to be in the Secret Avengers, which they're going to fucking do. At least they were planning on it because they set it up in fucking Daredevil. So, oh my God. Oh, wow. Here's another one. It is completely different from the last one, though. It's a totally different hot take. Totally different hot take. All right.
Damn it. Not damn it, damn it. Out of 27 announced cast members for Avengers Doomsday, only 5 are women. That's not just a small number. That's too big. It's a glaring reminder of how skewing things still are. How does this ratio even happen?
It was skewing female for years and it failed. Sorry, sugar lumps. Back to the kitchen you go. Make me a sandwich. What's this one? What is this one? Okay. Right.
Sky. So no Captain Marvel, no Monica Rambeau, no She-Hulk. Where are all the women? Avengers Doomsday, welcome to Chop City.
Yep. This one's good. This is kind of like why, like Jonathan Hickman, comic book writer, his Fantastic Four run was quite good. I like some of his stuff. I think he's a little bit overrated, but I might have to take a look, another look at this because I just got to make sure. Yeah, because I'm starting to like, maybe I should go back and give him a revisit after this.
Go back and give him a... Oh, my voice is on. Longest Arms, Avengers Doomsday, looking to adapt the most important aspect of Jonathan Hickman's writing, a profound disinterest in women. I'd have to check it out.
Is there more than that? Okay, God, there is. Where's the Grace Randolph? Wait. You put everything but the Grace Randolph tweet in there. Hang on. YouTube. Cycler. There, I'll find it. But we'll do these two first. I'm just very riveting. There we go. Oh, I don't want to do that.
Elizabeth Olsen, Brie Larson, Iman Vellani, Tayani Paris, Tatiana Maslany. Come on! The first Avengers movie has 2 women out of 10 cast members. That's 20% women. Avengers Doomsday, as of now, has 5 women out of 27 cast member equals 18% of women. Too high. But I'm sure the 5 of them will get together for a group scene or something.
That's good. Where is the Grace Randolph I asked for? Go. I will find it. Give me just a moment. Let's see. She tweets a lot, so see. Okay, here it is. He's talking about CinemaCon 2, which I might be at. So we'll discuss the Avengers Doomsday cast tomorrow, but I will say I'm not using my voice again. I really take issue with the lack of female characters, even with the X-Men. Oh my God. No Wanda, no She-Hulk, Storm, Jean Grey, Captain Marvel, Agatha. Fuck yeah, Agatha. And we get Falcon, but no Wiccan. No, you're not going to get fucking Wiccan. I mean, I am dumbfounded as you, Grace, that we're getting fucking Falcon from the flop Captain African American. But deal with it. Like, these things were packed with women. There was a suspicious amount of women in all of them. And they got progressively worse and worse and worse. And what Kevin Feige did, see, you're having the same motherfucker who created the problem trying to fix the problem. That never works. I'm going to have to agree with Rob Liefeld, and I can't possibly think of a person to replace him right now, but he's got to go. He's got to go. I mean, everybody at Disney has to go at this point. But if you're looking just at Marvel Studios, like, these are easy layups. But this is also the same studio that allows Kathleen Kennedy to stick around. But if, just calling it like it is, he's got to go. But I don't think anybody at Hollywood could do it. I think it's an achievement. You got to give it up to him and many other people that he likes to take credit for their actions for putting this thing together. But I think it's a goner. I think it's a goner at this point. This was just trying to get butts back in the seats. This wasn't to fix your legacy. This isn't to fix the future of the MCU. This is a gimmick just to get people back in theaters that theaters desperately need. But it's not going to fix the problems of the MCU in any way whatsoever. You're going to have to reboot. And I mean, not like a soft reboot with some Fantastic Four. It's like, no, you got to rip the fucking Band-Aid off and recast Thor, Hulk, fucking even Spider-Man, Captain America, all the big ones you need to recast. Iron Man. And you're going to have to deal with the fact that they're going to get compared to like Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr., and they're not going to be good enough. But that is nothing compared to sticking your fucking universe with a bunch of shit characters and identity politics that nobody cares about. You would rather have the arguments of, is Roger Moore better than Sean Connery? No, but that argument happened. And you know what? People liked Roger Moore. And it did pretty fucking well with Roger Moore, James Bond. So you recast. Doctor Who used to be able to pull it off all the time in event. People bitch at first, and if it's true in the spirit, and it doesn't need to be, Peter Davison did not need to be Tom Baker, and he did a legit good job as a completely different Doctor after the greatest of all time. And so did Roger Moore. And yeah, but no, it's a mantle. We already had those conversations yesterday. It's a mantle. It's just the brand. No, it isn't. Comic books is the characters and the creators behind them. Period. Comic books were doing great when they had George Perez, John Byrne. Even later on, a lot of people loved Jim Lee, Jim Valentino, Mark Silvestri. Why did I say Jim Valentino? Mark Silvestri, Jim Valentino. Way back, Gil Kane, all these great names. All these are John Buscema, Sal Buscema, Graham Nolan, Chuck Dixon. Because these are like comic book fans. These are collectors of comic books who also create them. You would be surprised how many modern comic artists don't really like comics, don't really like nerds, don't like sci-fi, fantasy. They're artists. They do their work. They leave. They don't give a fuck. And it's noticeable. Like they could be talented as hell, but their body of work and their length of time in the industry is noticeable. It's noticeable. Like Rob Liefeld, who I've been critical of, and his art's not my favorite, but you cannot deny he's a comic book fan. Dude's a comic book fan. And I love what he's doing lately, by the way. Absolutely fucking love it. Go listen to his podcast. It's really, really good. But you made the same mistakes as the comic books. The comic books tried to just turn everything into a lifestyle brand and mantles, and it doesn't matter. And there's lots of reasons behind that. Rights issues. They used a lot of excuses to push their identity politics. That was, and like, this is purely my speculation, but we've talked about this before. A lot of people from the Clinton and Obama and now Biden administration have moved to Hollywood and are on boards of studios, who are part of production companies. The Obamas made a fucking movie. Like you don't think they get into publishing as well? Sana Amanat has connections to the Obama family. She's not the only one. So they're pushing propaganda. Marvel made an Avengers book for fucking, I think it was Pfizer, about the fucking jab and telling you to take it using the Avengers. By the way, they use the real Avengers. They didn't use Sam Wilson or anything. They use Steve Rogers because he's Captain America. That's a fucking true story. So it is propaganda, and that's what it's being used for. It's an IP holder, propaganda, and it's a little playground for a bunch of rich people's nieces and fucking nephews, mostly nieces. And they keep the shit stains around like Tom Brevoort because, like, who else is going to want that job? And this fucking idiot will do anything we say. When fans are clamoring for Peter Parker to get back together with Mary Jane, it will be the best-selling comic Marvel had in years, and they won't fucking do it. And why won't they do it? Heteronormativity. Oh my God. We want Mary Jane Watson to have her own agency. Get the fuck out of here. Mary Jane Watson is nothing without her man. She's a nothing character without her man. She is there for Peter. Peter is not there for her. Deal with it. Or just fucking die, as far as that industry is concerned. Just fucking crash and burn. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Horrible relapse. Greatest time relapse of all time because it got me out of the comic book industry, which I don't miss for a second at all, dealing with the business side. I miss the customers. Well, I did this show because I miss the customers. That, like, talking to customers every day was one of the greatest things in my life. And I got to do that at my own business. It was a fucking dream come true, and it was awesome. What I don't miss, dealing with Diamond, and in turn dealing with Marvel and DC, and the headache that was fucking Diamond. I'm sure it's worse now. Alliance has bought Diamond. Don't know. I mean, what's the point? What's the point? Comic books, again, are baseball cards. They're covers. They're variant covers. And people just buy them to slab them. Now, I have some, but I largely don't, because I like to read my shit. I like to read. I think out of my tens of thousands of books, I think I have about 100 slabbed. I'm not going to pay to get a bunch slabbed. For one, it falsely inflates the market, which is now correcting. It's a buyer's market. So if you want some cheaper key issues, man, now is the time. I scooped up a couple things fucking cheap. And I don't know if it's going to return. I don't know, because they falsely inflated the market with the CGC stuff. And I'm not like in that world every day like I used to be. So forgive me if I speak out of turn, collectors out there. And I know there's some shops who watch and stuff, and I love you guys. So I'm not trying to get you in trouble or anything, but there's also some fraud with the CGC, which these shops have talked about. Now, the ones that I know, Jamie Newbold, like on it, I don't do business with dishonest shops, and there's some dishonest fucking shops out there, and I'll never fucking give them a penny of my money. But there's a lot of good shops out there. Heroes of Fantasy here in San Antonio, fucking good store. you're in town, go to that store. Great store. If you're in San Diego, SoCal Comics. If you're in Burbank and you like toys, Blast from the Past. Fucking amazing store. Great owner. Nice people. Yeah. But there's fraud in CGC, believe it or not. Because collector's market is like anything. It's filled with scumbags. Absolute scumbags. Dishonest, thieving, fraud scumbags. And a lot of the comic book industry is filled with that too. It's a nasty place. It's like the music industry for ugly people. Kind of like Washington is Hollywood for ugly people. The comic industry is the music industry for, well, uglier people. Some people in the music industry are pretty ugly. Don't you miss those days? Like when Rush, when women were throwing themselves at Geddy Lee. God bless Geddy Lee, one of the greatest bass players that ever lived. No disrespect to you, my friend. Not my friend, legend. All right, let's get to the square up. This is from Friday. We got everything. Yeah, it was an amazing show yesterday, by the way. 4 hours and 42 minutes of looking at chairs and somehow making it, trying to make it entertaining. Oh, before we get to that, as promised, flip this if you like. I don't give a shit. The chairs that you didn't see. So there were more chairs, but you didn't see the chairs. The chairs that you didn't see. The chairs that you didn't see. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Probably not a big shock to you. The chairs that you were supposed to see and you didn't see. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. And Owen Wilson. But you might hear that announcement. Nope, no Wesley Snipes. No Wesley Snipes. No Andrew Garfield. No Tobey Maguire. And you want to know why? No Andrew Garfield, no Tobey Maguire. The actors would have totally done it, is my best guess. My other best guess, which is really close to being true. It's actually true. Is this, and then this might be some more shocking news. Sony and Marvel don't like each other. They do business, but they don't like each other. It's like two crime families that go in on some heroin smuggling or something. And I think we all guessed that, but that is the case. Marvel doesn't like dealing with Sony. They just don't. So, nope, you're not getting. Now, as far as Tom Holland is concerned, I think that's probably Secret Wars. I think you'll see like Amon Villani in Secret Wars, Miss Marvel. I do not think you'll see She-Hulk. I do not think you will see Brie Larson. I think you'll see Benedict Cumberbatch. Now, this is just my speculation, but chairs that they were going to show and didn't were Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman and Owen Wilson. Okay. And Toby and Andrew were never going to be in it. Never going to be in it. And it's a shame. Fans lose. Because that would have helped make up for Simu fucking Liu. So the old X-Men are going to be all digitized. Sir Ian McKellen, respect, one of my favorite actors in the world. I'm glad he's back. He was a great Magneto. Don't break him, Marvel. Do not fucking break Sir Ian McKellen, you pieces of shit. I'll never forgive you. It's great. Patrick Stewart's a commie twat, but he plays a good Picard. Yeah, no Charlie Cox. No Femke. I would have loved to see Femke. But I mean, that's great that the old X-Men are coming back, and it probably means a lot to Kevin Feige because that's where he really kind of got his start and everything, and I get it. But I mean, no Nick Cage as Ghost Rider, no Ben Affleck as Daredevil. That would have been fucking cool. That would have been interesting. But like Robert Meyer Burnett even came out and go, okay, so who are the Avengers? Robert, the Avengers are the Thunderbolts, Shang-Chi, Namor, fucking Namor, a fucked up Namor. So I get to start my tweet again. A great engagement tweet when that pissed a lot of people off is when they show a picture of Namor, go, where's Namor? Where's Namor? Man, that triggered a lot of people. That's as good as Steve Rogers as Captain America, but you need to do it in reference to like, nobody recognized the guy's name. No Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo, I believe, at least in motion capture, is going to be in Spider-Man 4 with the Punisher. So the Hulk and the Punisher are going to be in Spider-Man 4, but it will not be a multiverse movie. Now, there might be something at the end that leads into it. I'm not sure, but it's not going to be a multiverse movie. I know it's the Submariner. I absolutely know. But you know what? You know who can't use the name Submariner? Rockefeller, Marvel, because they don't have the rights to it. All right. So there you go. You sat patiently. And you got, there's actually other names that they're just not really remarkable that they filmed, but it's just not remarkable at all. Jesus Davila for $5 has gifted one Nerdrotic membership. 21 Palika has gifted one Nerdrotic membership for $5. This is from the Friday Night Tights last week, by the way. It's supposed to be Monday. Sorry. Had to push it to Thursday because of the Snow White video. Jeff Up North for $25 because he gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships. Hail. Andy and Petra Shawnard for $19.99. Cheers to the $1.99. Any thoughts on Witcher 4 teaser trailer? Get the game? No thoughts. I have zero thoughts. I like Geralt. I like playing the character of Geralt. I don't want to, but like it's straight up the girl is the key to everything story. It is. I like the world and everything. I have zero interest in playing a game from CD Projekt Red, who made a fucking full video talking about how they fully buy into the DEI. I mean, maybe the game's great. I don't know. If you enjoy it, great. Cinema Gulp for $5. Drinker, love your books. Gary, looking forward to reading yours. Ryan, please don't write one. Ryan's book is going to be called What Are You Fucking Retarded? By Ryan Kinnell. He will write a book, and that will be the title. Albert Not a Retro for 2 Canadian pesos. Gary, did you say Dez's mom is trans? Sure. Cat G 3000 for $5. Haven't made it here in a while. Great to see you all. I'm still smiling at Critical Drinker saying his review is coming tomorrow. Believe it. And it was great. I finally got to watch it when I was done with mine. Fucking great. Go watch it. It's great because you know what? Both Drinker and I, like we watch each other's videos. We also, we watch the movies we review. Some of us, I think Drinker might do it too, but some of us have to watch it twice because of bad memory retention. And then we watch each other's videos. I mean, the key to, like, if you want to be a good content creator, not saying I'm a good content creator, but I think it's being very familiar with the platform that you're on and watching a lot of content because there's a lot of great creators out there and you can use them for inspiration. Be inspired. Be inspired. There's one of the channels that inspire me actually. So the word on my thumbnail, it's always like, what the fuck or oh man or review or whatever. You know where I got that from? Charlie from Emergency Awesome. I'm like, that's a good idea. I mean, he's doing pretty good. That's what I'll do with my thumbnail. So the thumbnails always started out with if you're looking at the thumbnail, a picture, and it's based on like setting up an interview. I don't think I am right now. I'm going somewhere with it. Yeah, I'm a little too far off. You kind of want to be like here and talking to the camera. That's where you want to kind of frame it if you're doing an interview. I'm a little too much in the center. So my thumbnails were always based on that. So I'd have just a face of whatever, doing cringing or whatever on the left-hand side, and then I put a word. That's where it came from. And I got it from Charlie from Emergency Awesome. Thought it was a good idea, and then made it my own thing. Inspiration. Sarah Gold for $20 said, sad to see how computer animation shortcuts have hurt animation in general. Sure, companies want to save money, but when I compare old WB Looney Tunes with the way War of the Rohirrim jerked and slid all over the place, for real. I thought it was the skipping of frames, like it looked like a motion comic at times. Some guy went up there, bless his heart, he liked it, and he said there was nothing. He said nothing about this subverted any lore, and I'm like, you haven't read the appendices, have you? Everything about it subverts the lores and the themes of Tolkien. Stop. Thankfully, nobody saw it, and it was just an IP grab, which was disgusting. Well, or Gigantin or orangutan for $4.99. Just learned I'm being promoted to head coach of the lacrosse team I coach. Found y'all when I tore my ACL. Now I'm thriving. Hail to you all. Oh, great. Glad you healed too. That sounds painful. Gary P2 for $4.99. Crazy that Disney's first animated movie is better than their most recent. Shameful, really. Have a great weekend, everyone. Yes, it's shameful that movie created in 1937 is still a narrative classic, and it's light years better than most modern films. And it's not even like my kind of movie, but I could recognize the genius of it, especially like I watched it right before. I mean, like I went from OG Snow White into the new Snow White. So there was like a 5-minute break in between to take a piss. And then I watched it, and glad I did it that way. It's always good to watch the original first, and be familiar with source material as much as you can. Ronti for 100 Martian pesos. X-Ray Girl and Chrissy, both of you look too pretty, simp. Definitely simping for you guys. And Chrissy, you look hotter with your jokes. There you go. John Gets Gaming for $2. Your name did love spanning space and time better. I don't know if you could be a singer, but damn it, Ryan, if you could put your rants into bits, you could be the next big comedian. That black voice is great. Shit. The singing takes for $5. Yeah, Ryan might have a future in the whole short thing if he does that. Thing with the shorts is what they entice you with is I'm not on TikTok. Ryan loves TikTok. He defends TikTok all the time. I personally think it's a girls platform. But I think Ryan would probably do really well. I think with the shorts and the if somebody clipped out his rants. But the thing is, like, he doesn't, unlike other TikTokers, he doesn't script out his rants. Like, they come when they come, and it's not all the time. But like his particularly good ones, and we don't know, like something lights his fire and he fucking freaks out and he goes from 0 to 1,000 in a nanosecond. And yes, you should clip that, but I mean, they aren't planned. Oh, wait a minute. All of those TikTok short things are completely authentic and not scripted. Thought about a lot. Some people clipping out live streams is fine. Ryan's are real. Ryans are real. I lost my place. Jeremy is the Jehovah's Witness of Interstellar fans. He is. Dude, he called me and he's like, have you seen it lately? Have you heard about Interstellar, Gary? He fucking called me. And I'm all, bro, we've talked about it so much. Somebody fucking sent it to me in 4K. So I have a copy and I haven't watched. And I'm all, no, I haven't seen it lately. I saw it. I walked out of the theater. I went, it's fine. And I get it. It's a father-daughter film. I got sons. I'm probably going to look at it and go, we'll see. I like Nolan. I'm not as gay for Nolan as Jeremy has a Nolan body pillow and a Trump body pillow. But I like Nolan a lot. I think he's the best director in Hollywood right now, and the only one capable of putting butts in seats. And I'm willing to give his Odyssey a chance, just because it's him. I mean, so Elliot Page is in it, everybody's complaining, but if she plays some kind of freaky ghoul or something like that, like ghoulish kind of character, okay, that works. It probably works canonically too. I challenge everyone here to get through Ragnarok series on Netflix. In a good way or a bad way. I'll check it out. I've seen it. Like pass by I've been on a historical drama. Well, no, documentaries that have actors, but they're not like really speaking lines. So it's not really you know what I'm talking about. Like, been going down that rabbit hole for a while. God, so much of history is fucking skewed though. Like the Wyatt Earp and the Cowboy War is pretty good, but you could tell it skews, to me, FNT, Open Bar, etc., are all just EFAP extended universe. Hail. Sure. Why not? I'll accept that. Love EFAP. Love the guys at EFAP. I was just talking to them yesterday. Book of Grudges, The Dead Man for $2. Mr. Gary, we need more Lemon Pledge. Okay. I'm chronologically playing AC3, AC Rogue, and Assassin's Creed 3. Okay. Good for you. Hail panel and chat. Jackson Cagle for $5. Hail to you. Sir Paladin Thundercake for $5. All Shadows has done was get me back to playing Assassin's Creed Origins. There you go. That's the good thing that can come out of it. Like Rings of Power got people to read Rotoka, and Snow White has gotten a ton of people to go back and watch the OG. So, ultimately, good does come out of it. War Van Eagle for TV for $4.99. Speaking of non-binary characters, when is Eric Voss signing on to be Ryan Drake in the full-length movie? I think it's already happened. Eric Voss. Alfie Frost for £5 the Assassin's Creed Ezio trilogy slap shadows in the face. John Platt for £10 proper money. Hail FNT. Tonight's live stream has been serious fun to watch. The woke DEI bonfire of the vanities with Disney trying to control Big Mouth Zegler and Ubisoft's AZ Shadows being outsold by Usagi Sim on Steam. That for a brief time, I think. But the fact that it's like it's there at all and there's a meme game that quickly is very impressive. Well done. Stewie Felt for $5. I want to hear the daughter say, it's Twoo. It's Twoo. It's so funny that you bring that up. Because I watched that movie yesterday. Ryan Pennington for $10. Hail to the Fellowship. They had to repurpose the actual season 2 of Terminal List because the second book involves a Ukraine invasion. They didn't want it to reflect too much on real life. Is that why you think that's why they did that? I mean, it might be, Ryan. I'm not denying it at all. What, couldn't you just make it like another country? Couldn't you skip to another book? Yeah, like I personally, I think it was the data came back that Taylor Kitsch and Chris Pratt together got the ladies watching this very dude show, and a bunch of dudes were watching it. So let's do a prequel with them together, and then we'll do season 2. And maybe they're hoping the war will be over by then. Hopefully it is. Or it's World War III. Not really sure. Artist Jackus for $9.99 Forbidden Frontier, did you hear about the underground pyramid discovery? Yes, we discussed it last Sunday. So go to last Sunday's episode, and we actually have somebody who's an expert on multiple subjects, as a geologist, and really understands the mapping, and actually has an interesting take. So my quick take is, I think it's bullshit. I don't think, and I believe, listen, I'm a believer in an Atlantis-like civilization. I believe in UFOs. I also know that there's a giant cave system under the Giza Plateau that's mostly natural. Now, Megalithomania did a great video covering this, but I agree with Mark Young when he said, I don't think it's coils. I think they might be pillars, but I don't think they're coils. So he said, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's something there. I just don't think it's that. I don't think there's enough information to make that 3D model of a power system and stuff. I think that's a bridge too far. And I agree with that, because I do not get that out of that. And also the science report got things objectively wrong that Ben from Uncharted X pointed out. The Great Pyramid is not made out of granite. It has granite in it and on it, but it's made out of limestone. So a scientist should fucking know that, because I know that. But yeah, we have a clip on it on this channel right here, Nerdrotic Live, and we did the full live stream on it. And Mark Young was a great guest. But we'll talk more about it. And I believe I know Jimmy from Bright Insight talked to Piers about it. Hail Jimmy Corsetti from Bright Insight. Love that dude. I'll see you in Arizona. Excuse me. Rhapsody B for $2. Ironheart opens chest with Cutco knife. No, be happy. This is going to be a gorgeous, beautiful disaster. Like, not to the level of Snow White or the Acolyte, but this is a very predictable disaster that, if Disney has any brain in their head, should drop all at once. Arrow got bad after the opening credits of episode 1, says Albert, not a retro. I disagree. It's not Green Arrow, but I liked it for what it was at its time. I like the first 2 seasons. I like the first 2 season and a half of Flash. And that's about it. I love Smallville though. Rachel Green for $2. I want to buy a signed copy of your book, and you better not use an auto pen. LOL. I promise you, I will not use an auto pen. I will sign every one of my books. Coming soon. JC Chain for $1.99. Wouldn't the inmate get 3 meals while in jail? Yeah, but have you seen the 3 meals in jail? But yes, they would. Are you talking about the Daredevil show? Yes, he would get 3 meals a day in jail, and it would be better than eating out of the trash. I mean, okay, jail food that they got right. It's not much. But jail food that they didn't fuck up. Grits, oatmeal, grits, biscuits and gravy. The biscuits and gravy were actually good in prison. I'm not lying. The biscuits and gravy were actually good. Everything else was kind of shit. Now, if you got a little contraband and you were able to be smart a little bit, you can like make your own stuff. But like most, you can go to the store and get like a ramen or a cup of soup. You get some stuff like beef jerky. But yeah, most of it sucked. But I will say, yeah, they didn't fuck up the grits. They didn't fuck up the oatmeal and the biscuits and gravy. Everything else was pretty much shit. Thank you, Chrissy, for joining BPITU last night, and for not killing yourself. Well, I'm glad she didn't kill herself. For bit 2, whatever the fuck that is. Kathy's Dead Goldfish for $20. Iger and the boards don't have much in Disney stock. They don't care if it tanks. They did sell off a lot of their stock. They did. Well, I can't. Okay, so there was a report that the board members did. Bob Iger definitely did, but he's leaving supposedly next year. We'll see. War Eagle TV for $4.99. Disney needs to accurately define what a human is before you can attempt to act or vote like humans. Ducky 9976999. Off topic a bit, but have you seen the new movie trailer for the new Kerry Washington girl boss spy movie with the fat spy friend called Shadow Force? I have not. Oh, when does G20 come out? Somebody gave me a plot rundown. I forgot to look at it. Person out there, if you're listening, I will look at it soon. G20 release date. It's got to be coming. Not. Oh, you got to put G20 movie. April 10th. Oh, yeah. I can't wait. Let's fucking go. Woo. Yes. All of us are going to watch that for Friday Night Tights. G20. Balder for $2. Hey, Chrissy, how many people are wearing shoes? She doesn't know. Man's Models Moments for £5 was Gal Gadot's OTT performance so she can distance herself from the film later. Oh, I thought it was a comedy, or I didn't know. I didn't like how it developed. Maybe. Johnny Rocket for $9.99. Great job on Biggest Problem last night. Chrissy, the panel is gay. There you go, Johnny Rocket. Thank you. Most of us are gay. Sure. War Van Eagle for $4.99. Just Trump just signed an executive order mandating a minimum bus size for Snow White. That knocks Zegler out of the sequel. Enter Sydney Sweeney. That'd be great. You guys gonna talk about Rocky Dennis show, or I mean The Last of Us season 2? Me? No. Yeah, I'm only gonna talk about it when Joel gets his head fucking beat off by Abby with a 5-iron. When she smashes his brains with a 5-iron at some point, I will talk about it. But until then, I don't give a fuck. Fuck Naughty Dog. Matthew Griffith for $5. Hail FNT. Have you seen the fan-made Atlantis The Lost Empire live-action trailer? It just dropped. No, I haven't. That might still be a place for Disney remakes. They gender-swapped Jabberjaw, says Superfly. It's Mirror, where people check physical beauty. It's a mirror. Thank you. Albert Not a Retro for $5. Again, Gal gets a free pass for her comments. She's not going to get rescued by the prince. No, she doesn't. That's a stupid fucking comment, which I pointed out. I can't stand her or the pathetic simps that support her. She's hot. She can't act, though. Rachel Zegler can sing and is insufferable. Shane Day for £5. Rachel Ziegler, not Zegler. Now that's a challenging wank because it's weird. I'm sure some people still manage. Why does Hollywood insist on casting addresses who look in? Okay, it says, I can't read. Why does it insist on casting actresses that look inbred? It's turning into a serious theme. Rachel Zegler, Bella Ramsey, Halle Bailey. I don't think she looked. Halle Bailey's. And a bunch of others. I think Bella Ramsey is just not pretty. That's all. Not everybody. Not all of us can be pretty. TJ Jordan for $5. For those who wanted Assassin's Creed set in feudal Japan, it's already exists and it's beaten shadows by over 4 years. It's called Ghost of Tsushima. TJ Jordan for $10. It's sad to see Assassin's Creed fall so far in the last 11 years, much like Warner Brothers. Ubisoft is one of the dumbest companies out there, but at least Splinter Cell quietly stopped and thus was spared. Jimbo for $5. This could have prevented if the evil queen sang Imagine or Snow White singing Bon Jovi for Gary. No, Albert Not a Retro for 5 Canadian pesos. Everything sounds good until the gay redneck from Alabama starts talking and nobody can understand that accent. We can. You're just in Canada and you can't, Albert. And I'm sorry. Again, Albert, I am absolutely for a free and independent Canada, and someday that might happen once you get off our teat. Once you get off I do not want you to be our 51st state. I want you to fly and be free. I want you to be independent and autonomous. I want you to be on your own and stop taking our money. Please stop taking our money. You can do it. I believe in you, Canada. Great people up there in Canada. They don't need American money. But you do need to vote the right people in. Kind of on you. Martin Campbell for 2 British pounds proper money. Beefy 79 out of the way. Dopey's on the line. I'm Sofa King. We taught it. We taught it. We taught it. To the meme lords, please see last SFD make a Gary the IT specialist getting out of neurotic van to save the day. Of course, he can't open Az's door to help. When Az couldn't get his mic working. Tani Nader for 5 Canadian pesos. Thanks for the good times, FNT crew. My grandfather died last week. I'm sorry, man. At the age of 96, good long life. On top of that, I caught hand, foot, and mouth disease as an adult. Oh, hey, you need to laugh. That's good. We'll try. I know you're mostly laughing at us, and that's okay. Maximus BT is donating 99 cents. Thank you very much. Dragon Sworn for 20. Gary, Snow White is just a drug-fueled mess. Happy is on uppers, and Sleepy is on downers. Bashful is on ecstasy, and Grumpy has had a bad trip. Sneezy is on coke. Dopey's on a pothead, and Doc is their dealer. I agree. Septic Meatball for $1.99. You guys in Great Britain this year. Yes, we will be there late in the summer. Late summer. We will be in the UK. So late summer means late August, early September, about the same time we were there last year. And the plan is, at least for me, I can't say for the whole gang. Like, we're gonna bring the team out there, and depending on where Adam is with his kid, he might be able to pop over. Maybe not. We're not sure. I'm definitely gonna make sure Shad comes, and we're gonna do a meetup, not in London. And then, like, after the group leaves, I think I'm gonna stay for at least another week and go check out other parts of Europe while still working. I'll still be making videos. I bring all my equipment with me. I'll still bring my equipment with me, but yeah, I love it over there. I mean, your government's fucking insane, and I wouldn't live there, but it's gorgeous to go see the home. I mean, I don't know if it's truly my homeland. My homeland is I don't know. My homeland is Scotland, Italy, and Germany. One of those three. I don't know I'm probably majority. I don't know. Maybe Scottish or maybe German. Not sure. But one of those three is so I claim them all, and I want to go visit all of them. Wrecked Wizard for 10 Australian dollars got dragged to Bridget Jones. I actually enjoyed it. It was a movie that just told a wholesome story. It was refreshing to not have the message thrown at me every scene. Had some good old British comedy. I like the first Bridget Jones movie. I saw it with my wife. The Gen X Avenger for $20. Since they're commies, we should nationalize Disney. All employees can then be paid the same low amount. Citizens will each get paid equal cut of the profits, and citizens can freely use the IPs for anything. Hooray! Equity. Let's do it. Let's see how much they're actually into it. That's why it's such bullshit to get that messaging in, like, the most, what is it, autocratic way? It's not free market. It's not free market capitalism. It's corporatism. It's a tism. Mark Skywanker for $9.99. Sup, my neighbors? No question, just wanted to say thanks. So long, gay boys. Grace for 20. Movies produced today have the line of thinking states that villains are made evil and not born evil, but sometimes villains are just evil, which is what the OG stories tell. Also, Kristen Stewart's movies were actually good. Okay, stop. Was she in Runaways? Yeah, she was in Runaways. That's a good movie. Okay, so that's the we talked about this on Glenn Beck a little bit. One of the problems, and you are right, Grace, you are 100% right. The problem is modern Hollywood doesn't know good from bad. Everything's shades of gray. Everything's nihilism. Everything's postmodernism. Everything's dystopian. There's no such thing as heroes. Heroes are really flawed. There's no such thing as good. There's no such thing as evil. That is the line of thinking from the uber commie progressive. But the thing is, there is evil. Communism is evil. But the idea in the paper, dude, it's a fucking rich kid who never wanted to fucking work, who wanted to make up a system that would never work because we're human beings, we're individuals. We are not a collective. We are not a hive mind, nor will we ever be. We might get to the shining mountain in a utopia in 1,000 fucking years. Doesn't mean we don't strive for it and try to be nicer for it, but what the one that's worked, and it ain't perfect, but the one that's worked is the free market system. Somewhat, with some variations. Is it a perfect system that I love every bit of? No, of course not. But I also know that I don't live in a fantasy world. My libertarian friends, not all of them, but many of them are so black and white. It's like, it's got to be full libertarianism or nothing. And it's like, that's just not the fucking world we live in. You got to accept the world we live in, you know, and try to do the best you can. But fuck, it's never worked. It's evil. And then for the people who think there is no good and evil, spend some time in a prison. Well, evil's made. No, I've met quite a few people in my time who are bad from day one. Just bad kids. I knew a kid. His name was Sean. Won't name his last name. He was I knew him from when he was like, since we could speak. He was a rotten fucking kid. Always a rotten fucking kid. Hung out with him, put up with him, whatever. But like, he was stealing at 6. Like, he was just a rotten to the core and ended in a very bad way. Ended up cooking meth on an Indian reservation and met his end when he was walking around the streets of Valley Center and got hit by a tool truck. And it's sad. And I know his sister. He was nice. And his parents were nice. He had a good family. He was just a fucking rotten kid. A rotten fucking kid who turned into a rotten adult. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't ultimately, the act of evil is the act of evil. So we can't like, well, something led, a decision that this person made, because bad things happen to everybody and it's how we react to them. So yeah, spend some time in fucking prison. Tell me there's no such thing as evil. Get the fuck out of here. Stick 556 for $10. I know Hogwarts is bad at student safety, but a potions instructor who doesn't have working smoke alarms seems like a serious insurance liability issue. Beep. Were the guards named Martha? Says Erekias for $2, maybe. JC Chain for $4.99. So Snow White was named after a cluster of snowflakes. Makes sense. Zeddy Boy for $4.99. I never walked out of a theater on principle, but Snow White came the closest to making me break that promise. Yeah, I know I've walked out of one movie. I can't remember what it was because it was just boring. But even if it's like horrifically bad, I'll see it through. This is before the YouTube days. Josh Kelsey dropped $19.99. What he does. Josh Peters says, can't wait for your book, Gary. I'm going to pick up a copy for my brother as well. His name is Sam, and he's celebrating 4 months of sobriety.
Oh, wait. Oh.
Wrong button. There you go. 4 months of sobriety. That's awesome. Man, that you're starting to feel good at that point. And I couldn't be more proud of him. Love you, bro. Well done. Nexo for 249 Norwegian krona. Hail FNT yesterday marked 5,000 days since the release. Oh, that's I missed 5,000 days. God damn it. I had it marked down and I forgot about it. Shit. Well, thank you, Nexo. Yesterday marked, and that was last Thursday, 5,000 days since the release of A Dance with Dragon. Is there any hope left? No. Well, I think at some point we get some kind of unfinished version of Wind to Winter. I don't think you're never going to see Dream of Spring unless he's secretly writing them back to back, which I highly doubt because I think he'd talk about it. Movie was great. Just kidding, says Dave Cunningham for £2 Josh Peters for $10. Hail FNT, love the show. Keep up the Lord's work. Is there an adaptation out there that is better than its source material? There is. I can't think of it right now. Come on, help me, chat. I know there's a couple. There's one that I recently saw. Well, okay. I mean, at least the first season, House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon, and it depends on the next season, but House of the Dragon is 1,000 times better than the source material because it's a history. Blade Runner, is it better than its source material? V for Vendetta, the movie, I agree. Yes, I like the comic a lot, but I think the movie's a little better. Godfather, yes. Blade Runner, oh, I have a tough time because I really love the book. It's different. The Shining, yes. The Shining, 100% The Shining. I know people are like, Stephen King's version is better. It's like, fuck you. The movie's better. The Crow. Yes. I like the comic. Movie's better. I haven't read the book Man on Fire. The Spawn movie. Get out of here. Jaws is better than Peter Benchley's book. I haven't read Shawshank. I haven't read One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I like the Godfather's books too, but man, I go back. The movie is, I equate it for me anyway on what I go back and repeat. Fight Club. Yes. The Shining for sure. I haven't read the Jurassic Park books. The Godfather has books. You're funny. Fight Club, yes. I'm going to say yes. Oh, Dune. Oh my God. Let's trigger some people. Let's trigger some people right now. I agree. I think Denis Villeneuve's movies are better than the source material. Not that I've made it through the entire book because I can't make it through the fucking book and I've tried multiple times. Gonna make some people mad. Gonna make Chris mad. People like, no, I'm just fucking with you. I can't, I haven't read the entire book. I can't get into the book. I can't get into the book. I did not have a stroke. I was completely sober and of sound mind and body. Smooth the DJ. Yes, Clockwork Orange. Agreed. Rings of Power, yes, better than the source material. You got it. Fucking right. 2001: A Space Odyssey. I'd say they're pretty equal. I like the book on that one, and I love 2010 as well, and I love the 2010 movie. I read the 2010 book in prison. I read a lot of books in prison. Lot. I read it in a day. Maybe a day and a couple of hours the next day. But I was locked down in Donovan, which is a receiving center outside of San Diego. It's east of San Diego. And it's one of the major receiving centers. And I got stuck in the system there. I got lost in the system. You're only supposed to be in the receiving center for like a month before they send you off to the prison you're going to be at for the rest of your sentence. I was there for 4 months. And what sucked is at the time you couldn't smoke there, but you could smoke everybody else. So I was just fucking dying to have a cigarette. I just wanted a fucking cigarette. So because it's a receiving center, it didn't have like a great yard or anything. And I wasn't like going to the yard a lot anyway. So I just read books. I read a bunch of Dean Koontz and Stephen King and Eric Von Daniken, Zachariah Sitchin. I burned through all those books fucking in 4 months. So many books. Gary, do you think you'll ever make an appearance in Doomsday? Well, you never know, man. There's chairs they haven't announced yet. Where was I? We're getting close to the end here. Can't remember where I was. Josh Peters' question, is there movies that are better than the source material? Yes, there are. Definitively there are. Comics Division is going to disagree with me on this, but I think the first season of Altered Carbon is a little better than the book. A little bit better. Not a lot better, but a little bit better. Second season of Altered Carbon is shit. The Mist is a fucking amazing movie. Frank Darabont, man. Woo. But I think the one for sure. I think the ones that are for sure are Shining and Fight Club. I remember fighting with people for the longest time going, the book is better. I'm like, no, it's not. It's fucking not. No, the Harry Potter books are 1,000 times better than the movies. Hey, we're going to get a good Harry Potter adaptation out there. So Blabs, Ryan, my fellow Harry Potter fans, at the end of this year, we get a fully cast drama of each book from Audible. The Expanse. I think The Expanse at times it was kind of back and forth. I think the show did a better job because the books were so James S.A. Corey, Dan Abrahams, and Ty Frank are proteges of George R. R. Martin. So they write like him, which is each chapter is from a perspective and it's from a different perspective, but they don't go crazy like George. They do 3. And as time goes on in their books, they go full woke and we're following some semi fucking Antifa person by the end. And it's a character you don't care about. And they take Holden and they fucking just shove him to the side. You know what I'm talking about? The world they set up was great. So I think 2016, like many others, broke them. They did rally. I did like the last book. I didn't like 6, 7, and 8. But I think the show streamlined it better by focusing more on the main characters who were just seen through Holden's perspective, right? So I think the show at times did better, but the show ended terribly, like horrible. Am I selling this shirt? No. If you want to buy this shirt, I can tell you where to buy this shirt. I think Chris Gore. So Chris Gore, I don't know if it's on his Film Threat site. I don't know if he has any more available, but if you hit him up, I'm sure he can make it. I think for this time he should make it available for a brief time. But I got this from Chris Gore. Chris Gore. I'm wearing my Horseman hat because it doesn't really match, but I didn't want to like super clash, although it kind of clashes, but whatever. My wife's not here. They are making a new series. They also went full TDS and started attacking their fans. So they can fuck off. Now they've been quiet lately, as far as I know. One of them used to follow me on Twitter. Yeah, because I was part of the like Renew the Expanse campaign. I mean, like, dude, I had like 4,000 subs at the time, but I think they appreciated the support. And I was pissed that it was canceled after. Remember, it got canceled after season 3 on Sci-Fi, and like nothing's gonna match those first 3 seasons. Like nothing. Like that first season and a half is like gold standard Sci-Fi. Gold standard Sci-Fi for a season and a half. And that's Tom Jane. Tom Jane is Miller. Like they never really recovered after, because Miller dies. He comes back later. But Tom Jane's Miller is a GOAT character. GOAT character. All right. Jaws is getting a re-release in theaters this summer. How amazing would it be if a movie from the 70s does better at the box office than either garbage? That'd be fucking funny. Dr. Manzor, thank you for the 1975. I get the date there. Jaws, technically. Not so technically, but arguably. Jaws. First summer blockbuster. First summer blockbuster. I think genre blockbusters, if we want to like go back, this might have been before I was born. If you go to Forbidden Planet, Leslie Nielsen in Forbidden Planet, one of the greatest sci-fi movies ever made, go watch it. I don't know how well it did at the box office. I wasn't around. But 2001 really got genre, I think, kind of going. And then Jaws comes out during the summer, and it hits the cultural zeitgeist like I can't explain. And this is in a time without internet, but every motherfucker alive is going dun 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 dun, and scared to go in the water, and people were literally afraid to go to the fucking beach. And it was everywhere. And then couple of years later, we get Star Wars, we get Close Encounters of the Third Kind, we get Superman, and all of a sudden there's like summer blockbuster. Those late 70s, early Steven Spielberg mostly. We had Alien. Yeah, Land Shark. Yeah, Alien was all part of that. So it was, I'm just going off the top of my head, and I feel like I'm missing one. So feel free to let me know. But between 75 and 80, we had Alien. Close Encounters doesn't get talked about enough. Fucking great movie. Great movie. So we had Alien, Close Encounters, Superman, Star Wars, Jaws, all in a 4-year period. In a 4-year period. What follows after that in 1980? Empire Strikes Back. The Black Hole. I saw The Black Hole in theaters. I love Black Hole. Star Trek the Motion Picture. E.T. was 82. Blazing Saddles was 74. But E.T. was 82. So I'm talking about just in a 4-year period from 75 to 79. And then it's off to the races, right? With Empire and E.T. E.T. was the biggest movie in the world for a long time. E.T. outgrows Star Wars. That was a big deal. Tron didn't do well at the box office, but I liked it. We had all the Rocky movies, of course. We did. We had the Rocky movies. My personal favorite being Rocky 3. Then, yes. And then we had Empire, Raiders, E.T. 3 successive years. Great time to be alive. And I was 10, 11, and 12 when those came out. I was 7 when Star Wars came out. I was too young to watch Jaws. But I watched it later because they re-released it all the time. So I watched it, I think, when I was like 9. My sister took me. But that's what they did back then. They re-released Star Wars, like, I want to say every couple years for a while. This movie looked gayer than AIDS, says Jeff Romatics. Not wrong. Force Geek for $2. Please talk about the Giza Pyramid discovery. I already did. Nephilim for $20 in reference to No White. I've never seen something self-implodes this hard since the Titan submarine. Finally got my DVD copies of Das Finale Part 4. Let's fucking go. Snow White glorified communism for sure. At the end, everyone wore white. So if I wore green, would Rachel Zegler shove an apple down my throat? Probably. You'd probably want to shove a poison apple down your own throat after seeing that movie. Anyone agree with Grace Randolph that 12-year-old girls might save Snow White? Happy weekend, guys. No. It's amazing that so many people who cover Hollywood, I mean, more extensively than I do, because they break down the box office of every single movie and I don't. I pay attention, but I don't cover absolutely everything. No jack shit. It's incredible. It's incredible. Eddie Brock, 9043 for $249. Where's the yellow snow and the Snow White dumplings? We already read that one. Doogie 7626, $9.99. Hey, all. Now that this piece of shit is out, can we get an opinion on what's worse, Snow White or Cats? I'd rather watch fucking Cats. Alabaster Scarf for $20. A few weeks ago, y'all covered a live-action Powerpuff Girls show and then talked about Jendy Tartakovsky for some reason. Powerpuff Girls were created by Greg McCracken, who also made Foster's Home of Imaginary Friends. Yes, but if you go to Tartakovsky, he was the director and animator of them. So Tartakovsky is part of it. Tartakovsky's fucking legendary, by the way. Go his Clone Wars, by the way. I just wanted to double check sometimes I'm like, I know, but I want to make sure I know for sure. That's all. It's been 20 years and a couple days now since the release of Tartakovsky's Clone Wars, peak Star Wars, peak modern Star Wars, post OG trilogy Star Wars. I was doing my top 5 Star Wars, and I think it was in response to some fucking idiot putting Disney Star Wars in his top 5, which makes him a retard. But I mean, okay, retards need to have fun too. But my top 5 Star Wars are Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, novelization, and Tartakovsky's Clone Wars. That's my top 5. Doesn't get better than that. The singing takes for $10. I won't make this slanderous dribble from you F slur nerds. Gal is amazing actress. Her makeout scene with Isla Fisher, keeping up with the Joneses, was riveting and inspirational, but left me empty all inside. It is sad to see Don Lemon still waving his now worthless race hustle currency. Yet he's still outside the bakery looking to trying to buy bread. I know, Simon Ho. I mean, count your money, dude. Be grateful that people overpaid you for no one watching. James the Mando for $1. Thank you very much. Fourth drawer down for $4.99. The 7 dwarves were all in bed, feeling happy. Happy got out, so they felt grumpy. It's an older joke, sir, but it checks out. Stephen Patton for $19.99. If Disney needed a non-white actress, Anna de Armas would have been a better Snow White. I agree. At 36, then Rachel Zegler is at 23. I agree. She actually has the big Disney eyes and something else, and could easily pull off the innocent princess archetype. Yep. I think Jenna Ortega would have been a better Snow White. If you want to go that route, Jenna Ortega. I think movies are using techniques, Lapanzu. Man, I'm sorry. I'm a dumb American. Thank you for the 11. I don't know what I said. My Tigger for $5. Thoughts on the Invincible series? The animation and story are not as good as the comics, but it seems they have potential with season 3. I'm hearing better things about season 3. I didn't like what I heard from season 2 and noped out. I watched season 1, thought it was okay. Stephen De Leon for $2. Oh, what do gay women do on their period? Oh God, finger paint. If Batman had a parrot for $19.99. Jeremy, thanks for the helmet. Want to repay with Chris Nolan's body pillow to go with Trump's and Elon ones, but but you won't have room left in the bed for your beardo one. Guests will have to say thank you for the most horrible Batman takes we have ever heard in our entire life. What are his bad Batman takes? I mean, like I'm going to defend my friend here, which I usually don't do because fuck him. But he says Dark Knight Rises is a movie he enjoys and it's not good. Like he admits it's not good because it's not fucking good. It's not a good movie. It's one of the worst Nolan movies. There's a lot of reasons why it's not good, but it's not good. It's got moments. It's got memeable moments, but I fucking love Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. Love them. Love them. Now, are they great Batman movies? My favorite Batman movie is Batman Returns. My favorite Batman. But I love Dark Knight. I'll watch it over and over again. Love it. Aurora Uplinks for $5. I think I have reached my breaking point. I am going to start doing a YouTube podcast on short stories in a few months and ramp up the animation. Do it, man. If creativity is a great release, oh well, people aren't creative when they do YouTube. I don't care if people think that way or not, but I try to. We put a lot of stuff into our videos, a lot of time. What people want to call that, I don't really know. I don't really care. Oh man, I think the clock is slow. David Lee Roth. Thank you, WG. Chris B for $10. Nice job on Piers again. You guys are on a good staple. You're a good staple of the show. Now stop fucking around and get Esther on FNT or we riot. Okay. I'll ask her. Esther is fucking great. Esther for Prime Minister of the UK. I think she'd be a good prime minister. She's fucking awesome. Okie dokie. All right, let's get SC615 is a new member. Go for broke for $4.99 says, "Hey Gary, think you've answered this before. Was wondering where to start to get into Daredevil comics. I think the best place to start would be go find the Frank Miller run. There is an omnibus. I'm pretty sure there's trades. It's 158 if you want to look for the issue where he starts. He starts writing after that. But you want to start with that. But I always say, like, because you want to start at the beginning, but that's back in the 60s. And he was a pretty happy dude back then. But they're good. They're really good comics. So start with the Frank Miller run, and you're just off to the races. It's one of the most consistent books that's ever been put to print. Got some peaks and valleys, but even the valleys are not that low until much later. But I'm sure there's a trade of the Frank Miller run. I personally buy the comics, but that's where you start. Thumbs up, 1981 for $9.99 yesterday. I badly made a point about Mantle characters between Wally and Carol. It must have been known that I do not think Carol is Captain Marvel at all, but I hate the idea of mantles in general. I hate the idea. It's all good. Thumbs up. It's all good. I think mantles are lame, but like, you got to be real with Green Lantern and Flash, because the most famous Green Lanterns to most people aren't the first. Hal Jordan wasn't the first. Green Lantern and Flash. So Barry Allen's not the first Flash, and Hal Jordan is not the first Green Lantern. And then they had replacements for a long time. Not just like a half year, not even a year, years. So there is a generation of kids who think, and I agree with them. I grew up with mostly Wally. Because I wasn't reading DC until outside of Batman and Teen Titans until the 80s. I was a Marvel kid, like 100% Marvel kid. I picked up Superman books too. So Superman, Batman, and then Teen Titans when that started coming out, like the Marv Wolfman, George Perez, Teen Titans. What's a good close hotel to stay at for Vegas meetup? Steve DeLeon. I don't know. Like the hotels I used to like have gone downhill. So they've gone like really downhill. Like I used to love Treasure Island. It's a piece of shit now. That was a long time ago. I used to like staying at the Luxor because it was weird. It's a piece of shit now. Well, it depends on how much money you got, bud. Planet Hollywood just went through a revamp. They're pretty good. The Wynn, really expensive. It's pretty good. Bellagio's good. Caesars is good. If you want to save some money but still be very close to the Strip, Embassy Suites. But they don't have like if I'm going to Vegas, I want the Vegas experience. So I want to go stay at the Trump Tower. I want the Vegas experience. I want a big fucking casino in my lobby. Like they're not the best hotels. The internet sucks. If you get a suite, yeah, they're fucking rad, but they cost you a pretty penny. But I like the full Vegas experience. I like to stay in a fucking casino hotel. I do. I've done it other ways before, and I'm going back to staying at a casino hotel because I like just one of my things is after we do our thing, wife's in bed, I go downstairs and I play my video blackjack and mostly video blackjack. I'll play a little poker. And I like it because it's peaceful to me. You don't lose a lot, you don't win a lot, and I'm not pissing off some dealer because I didn't do the fucking thing right, like the tap right or hold or whatever, which I always fuck up, and then they get all fucking cranky. And then I get cranky. So yeah. Hail, Gary, are you going to be in Greensboro, North Carolina in July? If so, I want to meet up. I'm going to be in Greensboro in June, not July. In June for the Cosmic Summit. Cosmic Summit. Go. Tickets still available. The Poor Man's Poet has become a member. Thank you, brother. Hopefully you're the rich man's poet soon. And SC615 is a new member. And Noons has gifted 50 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. That wraps up today's show right at 2 hours. Look at that. I did, see, my battery's fine. I streamed for 4 hours and 40 minutes and then another 3 hours doing another recording session that you will see in a couple of years. with Mahler and the gang, and then this. And now I'm gonna inventory comic books because it's a rainy day here in Texas. A storming rainy day. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to the Modrotics. Yes, Matthew, we're doing a Reacher stream tonight for the final 2 episodes. Right here, about 7 o'clock. About an hour. I mean, it's like an hour-long episode, but Ryan and I will be wrapping up the end of Reacher. So a little later. So please enjoy. I don't know who. Go enjoy Open Bar. That's going to start in a couple hours. You can watch Open Bar. Thanks to the mods. Thanks to the members. Thanks to the chat. Thanks to the participants. Thanks to the lurkers. Thanks everyone. We appreciate you. Help keep this show going, and it's still going. It's crazy. Still crazy. Yes, the last 2 episodes, Matthew. Because we missed last week because of Snow White. So we'll be covering the last 2 eps. Oh shit! Is it today opening day? I got so busy with shit. We got baseball today. We got baseball today too. Oh shit! All right. Hey, take care, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.